In today's video, I'm going into helping you find your voice and stepping into your power. So thank you for joining me. I am AmyC with You Finding You. I'm an intuitive and transformational coach, and I help you step into finding you, to really find your voice as well, to help you find who you are and step away from looking outside of you to define your worth, to define who you are, but really step into knowing what is right in you and then being able to live that life, that more fulfilling, more satisfying life for yourself. So this week, I want to go into the theme of having a voice. And in this case, what I mean by having a voice is really stepping into your power and really then being able to voice it and say it. For myself, years ago, I started in the visual effects industry. I moved out to Los Angeles. And when I got there, here I was little town girl from Oklahoma. I moved out to Los Angeles, started working in this visual effects studio. And while I was there, I didn't know I was doing it at the time, but I just took on the opinion of everyone else. And I just kind of did what everyone else wanted or went along with the flow. Of course, I thought it was me being easygoing and just kind of going with the flow of what everyone else wanted. And at the time, I was learning things, learning ways of being different from the little town girl in Oklahoma to, this is what the group does at this studio and the people that I hang out with. Now, I loved it at the time, so I'm not saying that it was wrong at the time that I just went along with the flow. But over the years, I then started to notice that, well, I had my own opinions and my own thoughts. And back then, what I did was I took on other people's opinions and their thoughts and their beliefs. And like you can imagine, from middle part of the US in Oklahoma, it was a very conservative culture. And then I moved out to the West Coast, which is very liberal. And I'm not going into politics here. I'm just saying this as an example, as I switched my views and I believed then what was liberal. But we also all tend to do this. When we go live somewhere else, if we want to fit in, we start kind of evolving to fit in. And in that case, I did, and I liked what I was evolving into. So I was happy to switch and evolve and change, but I also want to keep an openness and hear all the other views. And then I also started to notice over the years, I had my own opinions. And I didn't want to speak up about them. And then recently, I started to see that I was really afraid to actually speak my own opinions, to actually share them. And it was that either I would lose the community of friends, or I wouldn't belong if I spoke up, or I would be criticized and I didn't want to get into conflicts with people. So I just wouldn't speak up. And again, I would just go along with what everyone else wanted. But it really wasn't satisfying for me. Like to live in that place, to not be able to speak up and to share my own interests. So then what I started to do is I did step away and become more independent for a while. But I still had a few friends that I knew that I could share anything with, that I could still be completely open with them. So I went down to a very small friend group for a while and was like, but I want more community. I want more in my life. And how do I do this? How can I fully be myself and live in that and speak my opinion? And not worry about, oh, maybe I don't fit quite in with these groups, or maybe I have a different opinion. And so I had to learn first what my opinion was. It was like in certain ways, I would always define myself by what other people believed or said. So I had to find my own values. What was important to me? So the first question that I have for you then is, what are your views? What do you believe in? And really, are they your views, or have you been taking on what other people believe? and be able to kind of step into that place of knowing these are your views, these are your values. Then are you concerned that you're going to lose friends because you have those values? So then the question would be, do you want to maintain that friendship? Like, why do you have that friendship in your life? Are you aligned in other beliefs? And maybe there's some areas that maybe you just have a little bit different ideas or opinions. And I know, like, I have family members, of course, that still live in Oklahoma, Texas, and they're conservative, and I still have the more liberal viewpoint. But we can talk, no problem. We can actually share what we see, because it's like I'm coming from a place of these are the things that are right in me, but I'm not putting them on you. I'm not making you or forcing you into something that you're not. Instead, I'm just like, no, these are my views. I'm curious to hear your views. And so you can also share your opinion, but say, hey, I'm not forcing this idea onto you. Instead, I'm sharing these views with you. And while we might not align in certain areas, we do in many others, and that's what makes us friends. Or, that's what keeps our family easy to be with and care about each other. So again, I say, what are your opinions? What are your views? What are things that you want to stand for in yourself? And then know it in yourself. Really feel like these are what is right in me. And then I don't have to force these opinions onto others. I can share them. I can say that, hey, these are my views. These are my opinions, but we might be on differing sides from this for differing reasons. Like, we have our different cultures, we have our different communities we're part of, and we see things from different sides. And hey, it's great to share your views and my views, to learn these differences, to actually see that, oh, we do have these differences, but we still have a connection between us. So if you are afraid of being able to have a voice, to speak up, share your opinion, are you afraid that you're going to lose that connection? And if you are afraid, look at what areas you actually are connected in. What areas do you actually share something with each other? And in those areas where you want to share your opinion, come at it from a place of, I'm curious to hear your opinion, and this is my opinion. And if these people are like, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to listen to you, is that connection right for you? Is it something that you really want in your life? And if it is something you really want in your life, how can you be able to talk about what is right for you? Because really, you're stifling yourself when you're in a place of like, I cannot open up fully in this relationship. I cannot be myself in this relationship of friendship, whatever it is, because I can't speak up about what is right for me and be heard in what is right for me. So a few different things to look at here, as I've explained, finding what your opinion is. And when I say opinion, it's also being able to have that voice, sharing it, being able to speak up about it. But then also seeing if it is the fear of losing this connection. Is that why you're not wanting to speak up about it? And if that is the reason you're not wanting to speak up about it, then again, I would ask, is this right? Like, are there so many areas in the relationship, the friendship, that you're like, yes, this is a good friendship. I just view things a little differently in this area. So play with these ideas around how you want to be able to voice your opinions, your thoughts, your beliefs, who you are. And again, what is it that is stopping you from being able to speak up, from being able to share? What is your opinion? What are your thoughts? Who you are? So thank you again, guys, for joining me today. And if you are enjoying and getting value out of these videos, do hit that like, share, and subscribe. And thank you. I'll see you in the next video.